Let's talk about a hidden cost in pretty much any industrial operation. It's something that quietly burns through your profits day in and day out: fuel inefficiency. Today, we're going to look at a technology that's designed to stop that burn for good.
This is a question every single plant manager has to deal with. You see those fuel bills just climbing and climbing, and it feels like there's nothing you can do about it. But what if a huge chunk of that cost isn't just the price of doing business? What if it's actually preventable waste?
Well, here's the reality. Most industrial units are losing somewhere between 8 to 15% of their fuel because of incomplete combustion. That is a massive slice of your budget, and it's literally just disappearing into thin air. So, where is all this money going? Well, the answer isn't a flaw in your boiler or your furnace. Nope. It's actually hidden deep inside the fuel itself, right down at the molecular level. See, it all comes down to what's called the cluster problem. In fuels like diesel or natural gas or furnace oil, the hydrocarbon molecules have this natural tendency to just clump together. They form these big, tight groups, and this clumping action actually stops oxygen from mixing in properly when it's time to burn. This diagram here really gives us a clear picture of that invisible enemy. Just look at stage 1 on the left. You can see how in untreated fuel, those molecules are all packed so tightly together. Oxygen just can't get to the core of those clusters. And that, right there, is the root of the whole problem. And the results of that poor oxygen mixing? It's simple. You get incomplete combustion. You end up with unburnt fuel that just turns into soot and harmful emissions. So yeah, it's an environmental problem, for sure. But more directly for you, it's a major financial drain. But what if you could change that? What if you could actually recondition your fuel just moments before it burns to make sure every last molecule is perfectly ready for combustion? Well, that's exactly where this solution comes into play. The technology is based on a totally proven scientific principle called magnetohydrodynamics, or MHD for short. The important thing to know is that it's a non-chemical, non-invasive way to physically change the state of the fuel for way, way better performance. Okay, let's go back to that diagram to see how this works. As the fuel passes through the AE Flux optimizer, that's stage 2, a really powerful, focused magnetic field just breaks apart those molecular clusters. And the result, which you can see in stage 3, is optimized fuel. The molecules are separated, and they're ready to mix perfectly with oxygen. By maximizing the fuel's surface area, you're guaranteeing a complete burn. And that means you unlock the full potential energy that's stored in every single drop of fuel you buy. You get more bang for your buck, more energy from less fuel. It's really that simple. And this is why it's such a no-brainer to adopt. I mean, look at this. With no moving parts, it's totally maintenance-free. It uses permanent magnets, so it needs zero external power. And because there are no chemicals or anything to replace, there are absolutely zero recurring costs. It is a true fit-and-forget solution. And forget about costly production shutdowns. The AE Flux literally just clamps right onto your existing fuel line. The installation is totally non-intrusive. There's no pipe cutting, and it can be done in just a couple of hours, all without disrupting your operations for a second. Okay, so the science is solid and the installation is super simple. But let's get to what really matters for your business, right? The return on investment. What does this actually mean for your bottom line? All right, now this table shows you real-world data from actual active installations. Just take a second and find the application that's closest to yours. Whether you're running a reheating furnace on natural gas or an industrial boiler on furnace oil, these are the kinds of annual savings that people are getting right now. Let's just pause on that top number for a reheating furnace. That's 11.4 lakh rupees in annual savings. Just think about that. What could your business do with that extra cash every single year? And now, look at the payback period. In this case, just 10 months. That means in less than a year, the investment has completely paid for itself. Every single rupee you save after that point is pure direct profit. So let's zoom out and look at the long-term impact. Over 5 years, that very same reheating furnace installation generates a net profit of 47 lakh rupees. That's the power of a one-time investment that has zero running costs. It just keeps on giving. And look, this is not some experimental technology. We're talking about over 500 successful installations. It's ISO 9001 certified. This is a proven, reliable solution that's already trusted by major industrial players all across the country. So you've seen the problem, you've seen the solution, and you've seen the proof. The only question left is,
How much could you save? How do you discover what these savings could look like for your specific operation? Well, finding out your potential savings takes less than a minute. Seriously, just follow these 3 simple steps. First, click the link down in the description. Second, use the calculator to pop in your current fuel details. And third, you'll instantly get your personalized report. And this isn't just some vague estimate. This is a detailed return on investment report. It's the same kind of thing you might pay a consultant thousands for, and it is yours completely free with absolutely no obligation. It'll show you exactly what your potential annual savings are and what your payback period will be. Every single day you operate without optimizing your fuel, a part of your hard-earned profit is literally going up in smoke. The path to getting that profit back is clear, it's simple, and it's proven. The only real question is, how much longer can you afford to wait?